Hi, this is Stan. Welcome back to the Crow's Nest Railroad. Back over at Bob's shop today. We got some fun plans, so stay with us. Okay, so you can see we're working on these ore cars, and there's Bob. Bob, you should have put some pants and shoes on.
I should put a nice train shirt on, but not today.
Oh,
it's
no,
hot out
oh
here.
yeah, that's right. No,
Big,
no.
loose, flowing
What
shirt.
do we got going on there? Automotive theme? All right, all right.
Field aircraft.
Okay, so Bob's been cutting some timbers, and so we are working on the frames for these decorative ore cars. But today, one of the things we got to figure out is this, not this top part, but this whole bottom here is going to have to get mounted to hinges so the whole bin can tip up in case the display wants to have a tipping car as well as just a stationary full car. So we got to figure that out. If you didn't get to see the first episode, there are the two steel frames, the box steel frames welded together and drilled out for the wheel sets. And here you can see the wood bins. We're putting the front pieces across, and the one on the bottom. The one on the top is just there because this is framing lumber and it twists and bends and does all nasty things. So we're trying to hold it in position while we do that front. And then Bob put a nice bottom on this top bin while I was gone. So we got this bevel cut on the table saw. There's a slight difference between the two sides, and it was really harder to cut a taper on the table saw than it is to just go old school and sweeten it up with a plane. Any excuse to use hand tools. Nothing like a sharp plane on some soft pine. Okay, Bob's going to cut some planks across the bottom. Alright, so on this one piece we got to shave off a very, very long triangle, and we just don't have a fancy tapering jig handy like for making chair legs. So we did have a scrap, so I screwed the scrap down flush with this end, but it's proud on this end by about the dimension that we need to cut off. So let's give it a try. Okay, got our little triangular wedge. Rock and roll. And there we go, perfect. So you can see we've got both the bins mostly together. I'm going to put these little stringers in here. And then what do we got to do? Well, we got to skin these in metal and get some angle going, and then we're going to hinge them up. All right, so we've got 2 sheets of this metal, and we think we've got enough for 2 sides for each sheet, which means that we'll need to get some more metal for the fronts and backs of the hopper, but the 2 sides with the big angle cuts, we think we have enough. So we went ahead and laid this on top of one of the bins, took a magic marker and scored our design rather than taking measurements. So let's take the next step and slice this up.
Down here and see where the cutting unit is.
I'm going to go from point to point on the 2 ends.
Yes, absolutely.
Okie dokie.
You think. All right, I'm going to hold this end. You're going to jump up. You're going to put your foot on that yellow bar, and you're going to press down. Unless you want to change hands here. Yeah. All right. You're going to have to press hard. And oh, you got it. It's called a jump shear. Grease.
How do we do on the line?
I don't know. Looks good.
Pretty dang good, I think.
Okay, now let's pull that off on the table, and we'll shear this.
Watch out for this point over here.
Yeah, and the car behind you. I should pull it further. So we're going to go now. Better. Give us the most support. Okay, I'll be the gravity assist. You line me up. See how?
Like a glove. All right. That machine is pretty amazing. Can you imagine having to cut all this with tin shears? Oh man. And what that shear does is it makes absolutely smooth cuts, no wrinkles on the cut. Sweet. All right, now rinse and repeat. So we'll get side A, B, C, and D, and then we're going to have to get some more metal. I just want to show you on that shear. Look at this thing. I mean, it slices that metal right down. That's like smaller in diameter than a needle on a sewing machine. We took a little tiny triangle. That's an amazing machine. And that wraps up all of the pieces of metal that we're going to need to clad all around the outside. Here you can see we use the cool brake to get this angle so that we'll have a little bit of overlap on the top on the face of each of the hoppers. So now our attention is going to turn to preparing the surface. We want to make it old and rusty like, so we're going to try and get all the paint and things off this metal and see if we can't etch it and rust it. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for today. Obviously, we're not done with these ore cars yet, so stay tuned. We'll get you all the gory details as our saga continues. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right here next time.